Some of us are not living the lives that we want. And guess what? Nobody is. Don't look at Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and think that these people are living super glamorous lives. It's all a lie. It is. Everybody has problems. I don't care if you got money, fame, talent, skills, ability. Everybody's going through something. So use that. So I left my job about a year and a half ago. I left the daytime job. I did it. I made that hurdle that a lot of people are nervous about. We're always nervous about that hurdle. Leaving the daytime job, making the side hustle the thing. We just have a problem with it. And I know why. Because it's security. That's why we stay in a job. That's why we stay in a job that we don't want to be at. It's for the money. You know, people say, oh no, I like my job. I know you don't. You would rather be at this job. You would come here whether they paid you or not. No, you wouldn't do that. We don't really like our jobs. We want to go do something else. We want to do something that we're passionate about. So that's the dream. So why don't we do it? Because a job is secure. A job is very secure and it brings money. We're there to get money and it's secure. It's constantly coming in. Why is that important? Because expenses constantly come in. That's why it's important. Okay, you need a drink of water very often. You need food very often. Rent comes very often and over again. So, of course, wouldn't it make sense to get a job? I mean, a job is a consistent paycheck. Bills, rent, needs, and everything come consistent. You need a consistent piece of income. So the logical thing is a job. And that's why we're all there. And to disrupt that secure money coming in that pays for thing is scary. It's scary. It's what we call risky. All successful people take that risk at some point in time. That's why you hear about celebrities and people of influence and people who've made it living in cars and buffing tables and bunking up with people, and I was broke until I was this age, and that's the reason why. But in being broke, all your time is your own. You can put it into whatever you feel passionate about. You can work on your comedy. You can work on your YouTube videos. You can work on your filmmaking, your cooking, engineering. You can work on these things because all your time is your own. And if you can fight through that down period, you're more likely to have some success than to give all your productive time and years to a job, to be secure. Security's over here, nice. We'll give you a paycheck. You'll eat, you'll sleep, you'll be fine. But if you want something better, you want to live that lifestyle, you have to take that jump. Eventually, you got to take that leap. And that leap is risky. They say leap and the net will appear. That's interesting. Leap and the net will appear, meaning there's no guarantee of success. You just have to launch and really, really work it. Really believe in it. Really work it. Now, if you do have a great paying job and it's worth it to you, then, stay. But the majority of people are in repetitive positions and jobs that they don't like. I was one of those people. Why did we take the position? Because we need the money. I got the bills, I got the family, I got the rent, I got the mortgage payment, I got the insurance payment. So we need to earn the money. We're in a monetary system. That's the exchange here. So we take the job against our will. You have to eventually get out. You have to get out. The way you get out is you have to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. That's the only way out. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. What that means is you have to develop yourself to a more valuable person. More valuable on the outside than in the job. Okay? And that's why we work harder on ourselves. Because that could mean anything. Whatever you're into, work harder on that. Let that grow, let that build. And then you'll eventually know when it's time to go. Still scary, but you'll eventually say, you know what? The job is getting in the way. The time that I'm losing is getting in the way. I have to get out of this thing. I have to put 100% into me, into my business. And when you feel that, you're gonna make that leap. And it's a great thing. And again, it is risky. Things are not always gonna work well. And they may not, they may fail. But don't let that discourage you, okay? Especially if it's early on. Just keep pushing, keep moving, follow through, and it'll work. So we all want to just leave our jobs. We want to invest that time into something that we are passionate about. I think a lot of people know this. I'm not saying or telling you anything new, but how do you make that leap? I don't want to risk it. I have a 401k. I have, my savings is shaky. I'm on shaky ground as it is, and I'm not that confident in that thing. Is that going to provide for me? Well, that's the whole point. That's the risk that you have to take. You have to face that challenge. Now, we say we are going to, eventually, I'm not going to be here forever. This is just my day job. I'm really going to make something of myself. I'm going to do it. And then they go over to a place called Someday Isle. Someday Isle is a place where people go to feel better about themselves of not doing what they want to do yet. And they say, someday I'll start that business, and someday I'll quit my job, and someday I'll be financially independent, and someday I'll start YouTube, and someday I'll make the grade. And you just live on Someday Isle, and years pass and pass. And other people are on Someday Isle with you. You're not alone, so it's good company. Who's on Someday Isle with you? Other people on Someday Isle. Other people swapping the same excuses why they can't begin today, why they can't do it, why it won't work. I'll eventually get there. No, the logo isn't right, the business cards aren't right. I'll get there. I'll make a sale eventually. Don't live on Someday Isle. Your goal is to boat yourself off the island. That's why you make yourself more valuable, okay? Put more into yourself and say, I'm done, I've had it, I'm off the island. No more excuses. We're gonna get on with it. We're gonna make progress. Any successful person will tell you that you have to just go. You have to take the leap. You have to jump into something with no guarantees of success. That goes back to the secure of the job. No guarantee, no security. You can fail. In fact, you probably will fail. But you do it over and over again until you get over the hump. That's how you win. But you can't win if you don't play ball. And if you do leave your job and it's time, don't leave in a way that is bad. You don't want to make a scene. You don't want to quit and start cursing and throwing stuff and not showing up. For me, I did it a weird way. I put myself in a position where they had to let me go. You do certain things, didn't disrupt any of the operations or disrespect anyone or anything. You just kind of, where the rules is, where the threshold is. You come a little late here, little often, little there, until they say, well, we got to deal with this. I mean, we can't, he's blatant with it. We can't see the others see us taking this lightly. So we just, and they can bring you in the office. In fact, they didn't even do that. Jobs these days won't even do that. They'll send you home, okay, and then I got a call. And they say, okay, corporate's trying to figure some stuff out. Corporate don't know about this. It's an inside thing. That's another thing about jobs. And I know I'm rambling. This wasn't a part of this, but if you work I come from warehouse work. And we're all in the warehouse. There's a manager and another manager and then a general manager runs the whole building. That guy makes all the calls. He can raise you, give you a raise. He can fire you. He can promote you. He can do all these things. Corporate ain't worried about that. That's why they hired him. They give them a budget and they give them some rules. We only want to hear about stuff if there's some kind of harassment or we're about to get sued. Otherwise, you handle it. So again, they just kind of, corporate this, corporate that, and so we're gonna do a termination, and terminations are very nice these days. So they did a termination, and I was ready. I was expecting of this. Okay, great, Okay, great. Until we do the whole unemployment thing, and then you're off. So my point is, exit the job in a way that benefits you. Don't just just do it out of the blue, especially if you got like vacation time and other things kind of there. You know, push it back a month or two, or take that vacation time now and get that benefits, work out the 401k or whatever you're gonna do. You know, leave the job for yourself. You know, screw the exit interview and all that stuff. There's no value there, okay? They don't care about you. When it's time to leave, it's time to plan an escape, make that plan, and exit the way that works for you. I have been gone for about a year, and what I've learned is it's all on your shoulders. It's time to step up to the plate. The risk has begun, and the challenge begins, and it's the new road ahead. It's part scary, part exciting. So, but it gives a new spice to life. It gets you out of bed with a different spirit. Some days are good, some days are stressful, but it's on you. And know that every day you show up to what you want to do, it should pay off tenfold. Let me know what y'all think about this topic. Let me know if you know anybody who's ever quit their job or went for it in a business thing. And let me know what y'all think about this, man. Let me know. I want to hear from y'all in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe the video.